Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Emily and today I wanted to do something a bit different. I'm uploading an extra video this month, so this is this video. So it's pretty much this video is going to be my August wrap up of like all the books I've read for August, as well as my TBR for September. So combining the two and hopefully something works. But maybe in the future, if like list gets too long and stuff like that, I might have to separate it into two different videos. But at the moment, I'll just stick to one video just to see how I go with the video and everything else. So let's get started. So the first books I read were the first two books in the Nevermore series. So I bought Nevermore, and then I literally, like, as soon as I bought it, like, I got home, I just opened it up, read, like, the first, like, the prologue, whatever it's called, I can't remember now, and I was in awe. I was like, okay, what the hell is going on in this book? I need to know. So, I just, like, literally, I kept reading, and 2 hours later, I was, like, 33% of the way through or something like that, and I was like, oh, I just wasted 2 hours reading a book. But it wasn't time wasted, it was time well spent. So I pretty much finished this in like 3 days, and I was like, I kind of have to go and find the second book because I was getting through it and I needed more. So I bought the second one and I read that too within a week, and it was good. It was a good experience, these two books. Like, I did not expect to love it as much as I do. Like, I am ecstatic. Like, words cannot even describe how excited I am for the third book to come out at the end of next month technically for me, but it's at the end of October is when it's actually released around the world. Because it's, in Australia it's released on the 29th of September, so I am so looking forward to that day. I'm going to buy it, I'm going to sit down, and I'm going to read it. Okay, so the next book I read was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So, love the book, don't like the author. That's all I'm going to really say. I'm still going to make content on Harry Potter because was a big part of my life, and I still enjoy like Harry Potter and everything the world comes with it. I just don't like the person who wrote it. So I'm gonna try and not have her name anywhere on my channel. I'm just gonna, if I mention the book in my description, I'll just write someone else who wrote it. I don't know, like I did in one of my videos, Voldemort. So it's gonna be written by Voldemort now. But I did enjoy these books. I'm just sad about everything with them. So next books I read, they're in a series, so I'm in the middle of reading the series at the moment. So I read the two books in the Chronicles of Narnia, The Horse and His Boy, and Prince Caspian. I was watching a video the other day where someone was saying that The Horse and His Boy literally stopped them from reading the rest of the series, and I can see how, because it's terribly boring. Did not connect with any of the characters. No one is memorable in this. I don't even remember the plot. I think I just remember Aslan attacking them for no apparent reason. I don't know. That's as far as it went, in my opinion. So did not like this whatsoever. Getting back into Prince Caspian, it was just such a beautiful, well, it's not beautiful, but like pretty much if you read this one and then read this one, you'd be like 5 stars. This is definitely 5 stars. It's not really, because there's a whole heap of like gender issues and things like that in this book that are a no-go. But obviously being written in the 50s, can't exactly fault it too much. But yeah, I think I gave this one 2 stars, 2 or 3 stars. I can't remember, but I gave this one 4 because I enjoyed it. It's not top tier, but it's not low tier. So next on my read list, I read All the Bright Places. This book has been so hyped, and people have either loved it or they hated it. And I'm on the fence, which is a bit of a weird thing to be on. Like, I like who, like, Violet became in this book, and I just didn't like Finch's character. Like, I don't know much about, like, mental health. Like, not that I don't know much, but I don't know, like, what he was going through. I don't know how that is. So I can't exactly comment on it, but I wasn't a huge fan of the portrayal. It just kind of made him sound very cocky and just made the main guy just seem like a complete douchebag. But I don't know if that was just to try and link it to him maybe with the possibility of having bipolar disorder. I don't know, but I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I might give it a reread one day. It just depends on how I'm feeling, but yeah, it's very John Green. I will give it that, which I love. Like, I love John Green. I've read 3 of his books and I love him. I need to read the other books that he has, but yeah. But it is very John Green, in my opinion. The next book I read, it was actually my first graphic novel I've read. So it was Paper Girls. So Paper Girls is a sci-fi graphic novel that looks into the friendship of these 4 girls and how they help each other to pretty much overcome, like, not the end of the world, but alien domination. Yeah. So it was really good. I bought the second hardcover, so I am looking forward to getting that, and I am just so wanting to know what happened to these girls. I probably could find it online somewhere, but I just want to read the graphic novels. Like, the pictures are so beautiful. Oh, I'm in love with this, so definitely worth the money I spent on this one. So the next and last book I picked up, it's romance, which I thought I was a sucker for romance, but I'm not. I like fantasy worlds, apparently. That's my thing. Anyway, so I read It's Me, Not You, and it's a adult romance. That's what it is. And it follows this girl named Delia and her journey through her relationships, and how she saw men, and as like a 33-year-old getting back into dating and everything like that after getting out of a 10-year relationship. Like, it's something that you don't really think about. You're like, oh well, I'll just find someone to settle down and I'll be fine, like they'll just be there. But then you don't think, like, maybe 10 years after, like, what will happen. I mean, you don't really want to think about that. Like, if they start cheating on you, like what had happened in this book. I enjoyed it. I remember buying this, like, so many years ago. I bought it because of the title. And, like, I had only just, like, gotten out of, like, a breakup. And I just saw the title. And I'm like, yeah, it's not me. It's you. But, yeah. But it was actually really good. I gave it 4 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There was times where it just felt a bit laggy, but it was good. And the romance in it was pretty good. But it felt kind of rushed because they spent so much time building everything up that when you got to the romance, it felt like it just went, like, really quick. Like, you didn't see it. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But I love the little inserts that they did with, like, the graphic, like, not graphic, but the comic book strips. So, like, I'll show you this one. Like, see, like, to end, like, a chapter that had, like, something like this. But they only had it behind specific chapters. So it's not, like, yeah, so it wasn't something that was frequent. It was only every couple of chapters. But, yeah, it was good. And I enjoyed it. So that's all the books I read for this month, which surprisingly I got through a few. I didn't think I'd get through that many, but I thought I'd now talk about my September TBR. So what I am planning to do is I'm going to participate in a readathon called the Bratz Readathon, which Bratz was my life growing up, and when I saw that this readathon was a thing, I knew I had to participate. I just had to. So when the prompts came out for the characters, I saw exactly who I wanted to be straight away, or who I wanted my team was, and which was Jade. And like I had like two favorites. I had Jade and Sasha. Jade was like my absolute favorite, and then Sasha, and then it was like Yasmin, and then Chloe. I didn't like Chloe. Anyway, so I have my TBR. So pretty much there's 4 prompts for the readathon, and there's technically 5, but 4 you pick. Well, 5 technically you pick, but anyway. The first prompt is cool cat. So pick a book that has a cat in it. So I kind of googled which books have a cat and went on to Goodreads and went and saw like which books like they recommended that had it, and I could also compare it to what books I had, because I didn't really want to buy any new books and I wanted to get through the books that I already owned. So they had 2 options. It was Coraline or Gone Girl, and I just picked whichever had the highest rating on Goodreads, which by 0.01 was Gone Girl. So I watched the movie, enjoyed the movie, never really read thrillers, so I'm interested to see how I'm going to go with a thriller, and if I enjoy it. I got like my favorite photo from the movie is like Ben Affleck being like at when posing next to like, I can't do it, but the posing next to like the missing poster. It's like my favorite photo. It's like so cheesy, but anyway, I know Ben Affleck's not going to be doing that in this book, but I wish he would. Unless they mention it like that he's like smiled awkwardly next to the missing poster. I don't know, could be. So the next prompt is East Asia, read an Own Voices East Asian book. And I picked, I know it's not well picked in like others TBRs that I've seen for this prompt, but I picked Mal's Last Dancer. So I picked it because it was like, maybe I should probably change this, but it's like the only like single book that I had that is written by someone from East Asia. And then I was looking at recommendations. I saw To All the Boys I Loved Before, but I didn't really want to start a series because I'm just in the middle of so many series at the moment that I just wanted to pick up single books for this readathon. So I picked Mal's Last Dancer. So hopefully it'll be, like, I know it's a sad story and I don't really want to be sad, but I kind of am intrigued about the whole society like China had, like, about like when this was written. I can't remember which time period it's written in, but I really am interested to see like what happened, like the regime and all that kind of stuff. So that is what I'm looking forward to reading this. So the next book I'm reading, it's obviously going to be a bit obvious what I picked, but it is Favorite Color, Pick a Book with a Green Title, and I picked The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So I was already going to read this book in September anyway, but I was like, well, I might as well just fit it in here too, just so I can, get 2 books out of the way. So I don't have to read more books than what I need to or what I can, because I don't know how many books I could read in like a month, like dedicating to reading like a readathon and stuff like that. So I just picked those ones. Picked The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm looking forward to it. I've heard so many good things about it, but I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be my type of book, but maybe it might be. I don't know. Anyway, I'm looking forward to reading it anyway and enjoying it with like people who are doing the Bratz Readathon, as well as the Late Night Book Club read. So excited for that one. So the next prompt is Passion for Fashion, read a trendy book. So I don't really want to classify this book as trendy, but it like it's The Hate You Give. So it's a trendy book, but I don't want to classify the topics in this as trendy because they're still happening, they're still ongoing issues. But I'm really looking forward to reading this book. I haven't read it, but when the movie came out, I wanted to read the book because like I'm trying to read the books before I watch the movies, so I really want to get that rawness of like the feelings and like, you know, what is actually going on in these like communities and like what young people are going through today, especially like people who are like, you know, victimized by police and things like that. So I really am looking forward to reading this book. It's definitely high up on my read list. I really need to get onto this book, and probably maybe it might be the first book I read. Now, so the last prompt is Nevermore and Roxy read the group, which is the Henna Wars. So I ordered it. I got it like a couple of days ago. I got a notification saying that the book is now in stock on the book depository, and I was like, yep, okay. Even then, like, I was probably read it anyway at some point because it seems like a really good book. I really like, I don't have a lot of like LGBT like plus inclusive books, and I really want to, you know, make sure I'm mindful of these like types of books that I'm buying, and hopefully like you know, understanding different communities, not just my own you know, mindset. So I'm looking forward to reading that. And if I don't get the book in time, but which I think I will get it in time anyway, because book depository has quick shipping, I'll probably read, I'll have to also watch Cora. I got the first graphic novel, so I'm like, it's easy graphic novel, but I also have to watch 4 seasons of Cora to actually understand what happens in it. I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, but every time I've gotten into Korra, I just get a bit bored. Don't really finish watching the season. Like the first season, I don't even know what happens at the end of the first season. Anyway, so I'll probably, as a goal, I'll probably watch that at some point through this month, just so I have that backup, just in case. Yeah, because the pretty much what the girls behind the Bratz Readathon are saying is, if you can't get the Henna Wars because it's such a popular book that a lot of people want to get and it's very difficult to get your hands on, you can get you can read another female romance, and Cora is female romance. I'm pretty sure that first one does have it. If not, then whoops. So that's my video for my August wrap up plus September plus Bratz Readathon TBR. If you want to talk about any books I picked or for next month, or any of the books I've read for this like August, let me know down below. Like, I'm happy to chat and talk about different things, and yeah, as long as there's no spoilers, because I know people are very antsy about spoilers, so probably not. Anyway, give me any book recommendations I might want to read by the end of the year. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye!